What's going on, everybody? Welcome to GmiasWorld. And one of the big questions I've been getting asked is about run cycles or locomotion. Whatever you guys want to talk about, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't matter. What we're going to talk about right now is the effect it's going to have on Madden 19. Now, if you guys don't have your boss battles done, you can go ahead and jump into it. Remember, though, that you don't have to worry about any more of the loyalty vouchers, so you can just complete all your solos and just do whatever you want without having to go through that whole thing with the 1,000 yards and all that stuff. All the weekly replays are going to be over. There will be no weekly replay on this coming Tuesday. It was the final one last week. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into the solo. We're just going to talk about the aspect of the running game and what the fluidity is going to mean with Madden 19. Now, a lot of us, go ahead and like the video if you've been going through this for the last however many years, maybe 3 years, because I think 25 you were able to cut up field. For the most part, like if you were throwing a drag, you would still run straight out of bounds, but you were able to control your guy at the edge in 25. Like the video if you ever been in the game, bro, and you needed a first down and you were trying to turn up field and your guy just ran right out of bounds. Well, don't worry about that. It's going to all be over in Madden 19 because with Locomotion, aka run cycles, all players are going to be able to do it. So even if you have a guy that's a really elusive running back and he cuts up field and you're using your corner or your safety or your linebacker or whoever's there, you're also going to be able to strafe and counteract it. But the biggest detail about it is that you have to understand is the ability for complete control. Now, a lot of the drawn-in animations, the predetermined animations, things of that nature that we've been having issues with over the last couple of years, which has been primarily due to the patches of Madden. That's what's been making us rage uncontrollably. It hasn't usually been when the game is released. It's been about after it's been patched. So what EA is saying is they're going to be doing a lot less patches, okay? Whatever that means, we have to wait to see. But ultimately, what we're going to have to do is, I want you guys to understand and get ready for more user control. So a lot of you guys that have been used to, you know, the computer doing a lot of things for you, or whatever the situation is, because we have to be honest, whatever works with the game, that's what we're going to do. You see what I'm saying? Like, as long as you guys are not DCing the game, disconnect, glitching, you know, doing all that foolishness, Madden is fair game, bro. Like, if you're playing somebody and they're able to do something over and over again that you can't stop, you have to figure out what they're doing and try to add it to your game. You don't just rage and go crazy, send hate messages, whatever. It doesn't matter because remember, they're not the programmer. That's the way the game is formatted. That's what's going on. So, like right now, when I'm using my players, remember, it's both defensively and offensively. So it doesn't really matter what side of the ball you're on. You're going to have complete control. So if I go for a pick, like when I was just with Leonard Floyd right there on that play, if I go for a pick, I'm going to be able to successfully get that animation and it's going to stop. It's not going to keep with the arm stretched out animation that we were having issues with before. They're going to be planning on changing that situation. So the whole locomotion situation with everything that's going on, that's going to add a different aspect to the overall game. And that's what I'm really trying to focus on you guys to understand. It's the change of the game. Like, look, if I'm running like this and I'm full speed, I'm holding the R trigger, when I cut, he's not going to do that double move there. It's just going to be cut up field. We're going to let go of the acceleration and use the directional pad to cut up field. See, those kind of things, that really jeopardizes the way that you've been playing the game over the years. Now, for a lot of my viewers who are new, that has been playing Madden for over like the last year or the last 2 years, you see, it's like new stuff to you because you're already used to all the stuff that's going on. You see what I'm saying? Like those kind of spin moves, you could see from the demo that it's going to be, well, not the demo, but the trailer, that kind of movement is going to be in the game where the elusive backs are going to be able to do that because you might have seen within the trailer that people were falling on the ground similar to when the game first came out and the juke moves were, you know, pretty relevant. So spin moves that's going to happen inside the game at launch is probably going to be along these lines of that type of spin move of breaking the receivers because they have focused more in depth with the run game. But the run cycles and the locomotion pretty much is just understanding that you can stop and go. All right? So when you guys are asking me, Gmia, when you're saying locomotion, what are you talking about? It's pretty much stop and go. You can make your player react, you know, the way you want them to react and not have to worry about overreaction. You see what I'm saying? Like they're not going to be doing the double step and, you know, two-stepping and doing all kind of craziness. And again, that's a huge step because remember, the one thing that I will say, right, once they transition, once Madden transitioned to next gen, that's when a lot of these problems started happening. Remember, PS2, PS3, a lot of this stuff wasn't going on. You guys can pop in Madden on the PS3 right now, you're not going to have these same situations. The user control is still good. The way your players move is good. The fluidity is still good. It was the next gen that really changed the game up and started to allow a lot of different things to happen. Now, as far as the through your body action, that was happening in Madden 25. I'm not saying that the game, you know, it wasn't happening, but it wasn't as prevalent. And people weren't able to just do it over and over again. You would pick it. Like, somebody would get lucky like maybe 1 out of every 5 games. Let's go ahead and say that average. But in Madden 25, the best player usually won. That's what the issue was. You know what I'm saying? Like, the best player usually won the game. That's pretty much what you see. Like, now, you see that animation? You see the way my guy just warped, right? Based on the information that I've been getting, that's probably not going to happen. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. These are the animations that don't make any sense. You see, watch when he throws the ball. You're going to see my guy. You see, he warps because he's supposed to be coming straight after the ball, but you see how he just moves really quickly to the right? You see how that happens? It's just a warp because he's drawn in. It's the play. That whether it's the patch or whatever is going on, it's not fluid motion. He shouldn't get that extra slide. See, those are the animations that change the game, because if I'm able to completely control him and strafe and come after the ball, that's a pick. He's not reaching out for air. But it's these are the animations that the game has, you know, encountered over the last 3 years once Madden 16 was given that original patch. That's the pretty much what changed the game forever, because people weren't really able to recover after that, because you had to base your game based on animations, and a lot of us just weren't used to that. You know, having to make sure, okay, maybe I'll get this animation this time, maybe I'll get this animation that time. We had to, you know, base all of our gameplay on F. Locomotion, run, you know, like the run motion, everything that has to do with it. The reason that they're using the locomotion term is the continuous movement, but you can stop on the go. I get the ball here. I see the guy in front of me. Okay, I'm gonna let go of the trigger. When I cut, I'm not gonna do that. You see those double steps? I'm not gonna do that. All that double step, it's over. The one cut is gonna completely remove that from the game. So now, what it forces your defender to do is to know and understand what the strafe button is. Okay, so what I'm going to do for Madden 19, like I've always done, is at the beginning of the year, I'm going to give you guys the basic tips and the understanding of what you should be doing. But the number one thing that I want you guys to get used to now is using that left trigger and being able to strafe now. Because based on all the feedback and everything that's coming out for Madden 19, you're going to have, listen, you're going to need decent user. Right there, I'm just kicking the ball right out of bounds because I'm an idiot. I wasn't even paying attention to it. That's going right out of bounds. But you're going to have a really decent user. And if you don't, you're going to lose more games than win. And that's what I'm going to be there for you. I'm going to try to make sure you guys understand that you got to get focused on being able to now. Because remember, if they do like what they said for Madden 18 and made it more user-based, which I don't believe they did, because the computer still does a lot for you. If they do that, right? If they make sure that the user is what matters, that means that when you play those guys that allow the computer to try to intercept the ball, is it going to happen sometimes? Yeah, it is. But is it going to happen most of the time? No. Players are going to have to make, they're going to have to make decisions. And that's the way it should be. They should have to make this. Okay, so that kind of stuff, okay, but he fumbled. But those are the things. See, those kind of plays, those are going to be limited because of the interaction. Now, the computer, because I set him to be down on that route, that's why he jumped like that and went for it. The computer will pick those in Madden 19, but not the ones that are thrown deep when you have a chance. Like, let's go over there and see what's going on right here. Because Night Train Lane sees it, he understands it, his awareness lets us know what's going on, but he jumps for the ball, and you can see, bro, you see, like, even though they show it like that, you know that Night Train is probably supposed to catch that ball, but it doesn't matter. That's the problem. None of that really matters because of the way that the game is designed. Those are the things that we're going to see a lot less of in Madden 19, according to the reports and everything about making the players more, you know what I'm saying? They're going to be more fulfilled. Just put it like that. So, will you see it? It's highly likely you might see it after a patch. But initially, when the game comes out, when I show you guys what I'm talking about, you'll be able to more in-depth understand what the locomotion aspect is and what EA is pulling for with it. But just keep in mind that it's not the final product for anything that you guys have seen so far. I just want to make sure you guys understand that. These are all rough drafts, per se, of what's going on within the game. So don't feel like, you know, any kind of leaked Madden footage or whatever, unless it's authentic Madden footage, it doesn't really matter right now. And again, if they revamp the way that they've been patching the game, we have to understand as users now that the game should be a lot better, because they're actively, they understand exactly what the issues are. Now, whether it's been depicted specifically to what it is, we have to wait and see. We have to wait and see. But the way that you're going to be able to maneuver and do things like cut without having those, see, that double step is what's really bad. And locomotion, like I said, always remember what I'm telling you right now, because later on you're going to be like, yo, he did say that. It applies to both sides of the field. You remember in Madden 16 where it didn't matter what happened, if you were one-on-one, you were getting aggressive court? Those are the things that I'm trying to make sure you guys understand, and I'm addressing in full. Both sides of the ball are going to be able to do what I'm describing. So if you also need to cut off at the edge as a defender, you also can stop on a dime. And earlier in this video, when you saw my guy stretch his arm out like an idiot, that's not going to happen. So, you know what I'm saying? To be completely clear, the locomotion applies on both sides of the ball. All right, so for everybody that was asking about it, you know, I hope that I've been, you know, completely clear about what locomotion is, the run styles and everything like that, and what it's going to do, as far as, you know, make the game a little bit more skill-based, which is what a lot of you guys have also been asking. You know, I played this guy, you know, the guy was just throwing the ball at me the whole entire game. I think he was blind and he beat me. Yeah, those things have happened. You know, we've all run into a guy that we just said, like, wow, man, this guy is probably a really evil guy. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's an evil guy in his day-to-day life because of the way he played Madden. Only Madden can make you feel that way. Now, I have a couple of friends that play FIFA, and they say that FIFA also makes you that much more enraged. But because I'm a Madden guy, we're going to go with Madden and just say, look, man, that's what it's been all about. Because why is Barry Sanders still standing? What is that about? He's punching guys in the face? And it's weird, but we're not going to worry about that right now, okay? We're just going to look forward to the fact that the run styles are completely different, and we're going to get some locomotion action. We're going to be able to do the one-step. The next thing that I really want to cover, once I get some more information on it, even though you guys have told me, like, yeah, bro, push the pile, you know, I was going on to Madden 10 and stuff like that. I played Madden 10 all year. I know that you could push the pile, like, it was like a automatic animation, and sometimes you would break out of the tackle. What I'm hearing about this, though, that makes it different is that you can actually, you have a button to move the guy. So it's not like a generic animation where everybody's going to just be able to do it. This, you know what I'm saying? Like the same type of thing, and then like 30 guys can get on your back, and then you just get out of it. Remember, like Adrian Peterson had like 90, well, not 90, he had like 88 speed, and then you would just, all the team would jump on his back, and then there'll be a circle around him, and he'd just get out of the pack. Those automatic animations, that's not like similar to the way that they're talking about push the pile right now for Madden 19, but I will get back to that as well as we go further on, and we start unlocking some more of the actual upcoming features of Madden 19, so that everybody is on the same page of what's going on. So I just want to take the time out to thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the content, and you'll be riding with me in Madden 19, and as I continue to update you with more things that are coming for the Madden 19 experience. Thank you guys and girls for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Until next time, one love.